shelter is, but how important this space is, right? You were baptized here, you were married here, you were confirmed here, your kids were. You buried your beloved from this place. This is a holy, holy space. And I am glad that over the next 4 to 5 weeks, whether you worship with us online or in person, that together we're reading A Generous Life. We're reading this wonderful devotional that reminds us of the way that God has created us to bear his image, his generous, generous image. But I'm also really, really thankful for this opportunity for you and me to ask God simply where he wants us to be in our giving. That's the whole point of Pathways to Generosity over these next 4 weeks. You and I will be discerning where we are on the giving path. This isn't about funding a budget. This isn't about anything like giving to that. This is about responding to God's blessings in our lives. This is about responding to the way that God may be leading us to grow in generosity. I think the answer to that question, to that prayer that's on our hearts during Pathways to Generosity, the answer to the question that we will ask God, God, where do you want me to be in my giving, will be revealed to you through prayer. It'll be grounded in generosity, and it'll be lived in faith. We'll find out that a lot of us have taken the first step. We've been exploring giving to God for a long time. We've been exploring this first step on the giving path for a really long time, and I am so grateful for you taking that first step. Maybe you actually took that first step recently. Recently you said, you know what, I'm going to start giving. They can't do all this by themselves. They can't keep this up all by themselves. I'm going to be part of it. And so you took that first step. Maybe you're new to town, and you began to give back to God from all that he's given you. Here, thank you so much for being a part of the generous people here at All Saints. And thank you for taking that next step. Or maybe you're actually taking the second step. You're growing in your giving. That means you're looking at what you're giving back to God through All Saints, and you're saying, you know what, that's a percentage of my income that I'm returning to God through All Saints. And you've recognized that, and you've actually grown in that way. Or maybe you're moving into that third step. You are deepening your commitment, and so your commitment looks like a tithe, or you're headed in that direction. You're moving towards giving 10% of your income back to God. And so you're approaching what we recognize in that fourth step along the giving path is centered in your giving. Generosity is important to you, and that means 10% for you, because you've heard that over and over again, not just from somebody leading a stewardship campaign or some preacher, or maybe it was a financial Bible study, but no, you've actually heard that in the scriptures, and again, God revealed that to you in prayer. And so you took that step, grounded in gratitude, lived now in faith, and you were taking that bold next step, and you are tithing, you are centered in your giving. Or maybe you've taken that next step and you've moved beyond. You're in that fifth step, and you are transformative in your giving. I've heard stories of people who do that. It's amazing to hear those. I can't wait to share some of those stories with you in the weeks to come, and to hear your stories about your journey along the giving path. I'll be telling you my story. I look forward to this time with you as we, again, grow in generosity. by being grounded in it, by being grounded in a generous God, by pursuing what God would have us do in this next season of our life together, and receiving that through prayer, and then committing to live this together graciously through faith. I give God thanks for this opportunity here at the end of one crazy year, 2020, to discover this with you. On November 15th, it's our Pathways to Generosity Sunday, and we will be celebrating the way that God's spoken to us, and we'll be celebrating our next steps on this giving path. I look forward to doing that with you. We'll see you soon. God love you. Let's keep reading this book together and keep having these wonderful conversations.